Welcome back to my channel. In recent years, manga and anime set in Japanese high schools or fantasy isekai worlds have become extremely familiar. So, today, I want to introduce something very different, a seinen series set in the United States during the 1970s. One night, while casually browsing Netflix, a very strange poster immediately caught my eye. After years of watching anime, my instincts kicked in right away. This felt like the kind of show that would either become a masterpiece or at least make a serious impact. We've seen some wild concepts before, a high school kid whose hand gets taken over by an alien parasite, or a college student who barely survives getting his head eaten by his crush, only to turn into a flesh-eating monster himself. Pretty disturbing, right? But this poster felt even stranger. It showed a half-human, half-ape creature standing next to a Western woman. Just those details alone were enough to spark my curiosity. So, in today's video, let's break down what this anime is really about, what makes it special, and whether it's actually worth your time. The work we're talking about is Darwin Jihen, also known as Darwin's Incident, created by Shun Umezawa. If you look into his career, you'll notice he's been relatively low profile. He started drawing manga back in 1998, but titles like Utopias or Panty Stalking no Yu Nasora no Shita probably don't ring many bells. That all changed in 2020 when Darwin Jihen marked a major turning point in his career. As of now, the manga has 4 volumes with around 19 chapters, and it caught Netflix's attention strongly enough to receive an anime adaptation. Even though the anime has only aired 4 episodes so far, it has already sparked intense discussion online thanks to its sensitive themes and unique character writing. In an interview, Umezawa revealed that his inspiration came from an article about Ilya Ivanov, a Soviet biologist infamous for his experiments in animal hybridization. He once attempted to crossbreed humans and apes, including artificial insemination experiments using human sperm on female chimpanzees. This disturbing real-world history became the foundation for the world of Darwin Jihen. The story follows Charlie, a one-of-a-kind being born from both human and ape DNA. 15 years before the main story, a terrorist organization called the Animal Liberation Alliance, or ALA, launched an attack on a biological research facility in California. Their goal was to free animals used for scientific experiments. Among them was a pregnant female chimpanzee, barely clinging to life. She survived and gave birth to what's known as a Humanzee, a hybrid of human and chimpanzee. This child is later adopted by the Stein family and named Charlie. Raised with love and protection, Charlie grows up peacefully. But deep down, he's always aware that he's fundamentally different from everyone else. Eventually, his mother decides it's time for him to attend a regular high school and try to integrate into society. As expected, things don't go smoothly. From the very first day, Charlie becomes the target of stares, whispers, and open prejudice. Fortunately, there's one exception, Lucy. Their first real interaction happens when Lucy climbs a tree to rescue a cat, slips, and falls. In that split second, Charlie rushes in with speed and strength far beyond human limits and saves her. Someone records the incident and uploads it online. In an instant, Charlie becomes a viral sensation. Media attention explodes, and inevitably, so does the interest of the ALA. From that moment on, Charlie's peaceful life comes to an end. Because he's a vegetarian, rumors begin spreading. People start accusing him of having ties to the ALA, questioning his motives and even expressing disgust at his very existence. So how will Charlie, his family, and Lucy deal with this wave of hostility? What does the ALA really want? Let's break down what the manga's 19 chapters and 4 anime episodes have revealed so far. As the title of this video suggests, this series carries a very strong woke undertone. But before judging whether that's a good or bad thing, we need to clarify one question. What does woke actually mean? It's a sensitive topic and often sparks heated debate, but it's worth approaching objectively. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, woke refers to being aware of and alert to social injustices, especially issues like racism and inequality. Historically, the term originated in African American communities and gained widespread attention after the Black Lives Matter movement in 2014, following the fatal shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson. Stay woke later became a political slogan and entered mainstream media, most notably in Jordan Peele's film Get Out. Today, the term extends beyond race to include gender equality, LGBTQ+ rights, disability rights, and advocacy for marginalized groups in general. At its core, woke represents a desire to confront injustice and build a more equitable society. So why does the term now trigger so much backlash? The answer lies in politics. Woke has always been tied to political discourse, and politics directly shapes everyday life. Over time, the word has been distorted, used sarcastically or as a weapon to mock minorities and those who defend them. Putting real-world debates aside, watching a movie overloaded with forced messaging can be exhausting. But Darwin Jihen handles this topic surprisingly well. Umezawa takes a risky, potentially dry subject and transforms it with impressive nuance. So why does this series succeed where others fail? First, it directly challenges anthropocentrism, the idea that humans are the center of all value. Early on, the story confronts us with a brutal moral question. By what right do humans justify killing and imprisoning other living beings in the name of survival or scientific progress, while treating the killing of a human as an unforgivable crime? The ALA and Charlie's internal conflict continuously push this question forward. Second, the series skillfully weaves in themes of racism and identity crisis. Charlie, as a human-ape hybrid, is a powerful metaphor for marginalized groups in real life. Look at how people, from civilians to law enforcement, treat him. They fear him, want to restrain him, and view him as something inherently savage. Caught between human and animal, Charlie is forced into a journey he never chose, discovering who or what he truly is. Another standout aspect is the setting. Although this is a Japanese anime, it vividly portrays 1970s America. From police uniforms to social dynamics, the depiction feels chillingly authentic. School violence, mass shootings, and institutional decay all echo real-world issues like Black Lives Matter and America's ongoing gun control debate. In this dark landscape, Lucy shines as a symbol of progressive thinking. She sees Charlie not as a monster, but as a sentient being deserving dignity. Their bond mirrors the ideological conflicts tearing apart modern society. This kind of story isn't entirely new. Many of you are probably familiar with Planet of the Apes or anime like Parasite and Tokyo Ghoul. All of them place their protagonists between two worlds, humanity and an existential threat to humanity itself. When that balance collapses, humans are forced to confront their own fragility. But Darwin Jihen takes a different path. Charlie doesn't see humans as prey. The discrimination he faces is psychological, subtle, and deeply persistent. His struggle shifts from physical survival to political and legal recognition. He exists outside both human law and animal rights, forcing society to question its own legal and moral systems. One fascinating detail is the symbolism behind the characters' names. Charlie references Charles Darwin, the father of evolution. His mother alludes to Eve from the Bible. Lucy is named after the famous Australopithecus fossil over 3 million years old. These choices reveal how much thought Umezawa put into the story's conceptual framework. The main antagonists, the ALA, are a terrorist group driven by extremist ideology. Despite preaching equality among species, they commit bombings, kidnappings, and mass violence. They saved Charlie once, but now they're suffocating his freedom by trying to turn him into their symbol. The most chilling moment involves Gale, a student manipulated by the ALA. Radicalized, he becomes a mass shooter. Though used as a pawn, Gale genuinely believes he's fighting for animal rights. At one point, Lucy urges him to protest peacefully. Gale responds with a devastating question: how do you oppose slavery without offending the slave owners? That line is the philosophical core of the series. It challenges the belief that justice can only be pursued politely. Society often demands calm and civility, even from the oppressed, but anger is not inherently wrong. It's a survival response, a signal that one's rights are being violated. When people are pushed to the edge, anger becomes inevitable, and history shows that suppressed rage often ignites revolutions, and sometimes horrific violence. That's the essence of what Darwin Jihen explores. So what do you think? Is this anime compelling enough to deserve your time? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth anime reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.